my gosh.
There you go. Oh, my microphone's actually getting picked up on fucking OBS. All right, gamers, how are we faring?
Woo!
Great.
Guys, I need more enthusiasm, please.
Gaming.
Woohoo!
Great.
Yeah!
We're awesome. Let's do
Yeah!
this.
Okay. And just to double check before we start, please have this macro on your hotbar if it isn't already. All you have to do is drag it to the number one thingy. Yep.
Yes, I do already have that one, brother.
Yep. And just a brief overview on how it works. Blue means you're proficient or trained in it. And I think if it's purple, or no, if you have the gold text, that means you're the best in the party with that skill or whatever.
Oh, damn. Okay, me.
If you use any of these, so this is a macro, and if you use any of these, it will automatically do the things for you mostly. You just, so for example, if I am gonna treat wounds, gags, or something, I'll target Sitara. You can pick your options here.
Glitch roll.
Okay, glitch. Okay. Nice. Good job, bro.
Thanks. I can't see it, but
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, things will be automatically applied. Well, that's
I
basically
think
max.
Good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you use any of these macros, like for example, if you use the lie or coerce, it'll do it secretly. So and then depending on how you roll, and you don't know how you rolled yet, I tell you the outcome. So yeah. Recall knowledge is on here, by the way, just letting you know.
I'm very confused.
What?
Shield's not in my action, so how do I raise it?
Hold on. Raise shield. Action. There you go. I'll put in your actions for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you press the browse section there, you can see what other actions that are available, and you can just add it for you. But I think that's fine. That's all you need. All right, let us begin. If no one has any other questions, in our first official session of Pathfinder.
Ooh.
Odyssey
New
of the
year, new
Dragonlords.
system.
Yes, new year, new awesome, new everything. So yeah. All right. Are y'all ready for this?
Hell yeah,
I
brother.
don't know. Are you ready for this?
No, not really. Let me just throw a side on at you guys real quick.
free why?
Bro, we're level 1. You can't demote us and then also throw a god at us.
Yo, he's scaling too. He got demoted. All right. Whenever you're ready, Aaron, you can do the recap.
Alright. Basically we got Demitros after you threw Sidon at us for the first time. We fought some lightning shit in the sky, got into the like within the boundaries of the kingdom and then within the boundaries of the palace. And we were presented with with 4 options about how to deal with Sidon. One came from Gaius, who is one of Sidon's like generals and a fucker we fought before. He said that we have to destroy the temples of the 5. That's the only way that Sidon's going to be happy with us and stop tormenting the city of Mitros. Valis, the queen, said that we should sacrifice some part of the 5 gods' divinity to fight off Sidon. Chandras, who I do not remember who that is. Chandras was the tiefling who called, who said that we can call Lutheria for help if we sacrifice 70 children, which Camilla was a big fan of because she was like, we can totally save the children afterward, which and then Bella, who is I think the king's concubine.
Yes.
Said that we can sacrifice 100 oxen, which would cost the city a bunch of money. But then we ended up picking option 2 with the argument that even if the 5 gods lose some of their power, that the people of Mitros will see how the 5 gods fought for them, and so they will regain that power through like people's worship. We don't actually know if that's true, but that's what we're hoping for. We also found out that King Augustus wants to reinstate the Order of the Dragonlords, and that he sort of wants to eliminate the need for heroes and oracles and things like that. Um, and I don't remember exactly how we came to a bunch of this, but we found out about the cursed ship that we were sort of going to look for anyway, because it was going to take us to another island and it seems to be important to the prophecy. But Valis said that the only reason that Augustus actually wants us to get the ship is because he wants to take it for himself, because he has a big ego and he wants to have a big bad Dragonlord army. Because the ship is cursed. We also need to seek the Lotus Switch, though I can't remember why. And yeah, Valis is not very happy with the rest of the gods. We also spoke to Augustus's dragon, which is spoiled rotten. Its name is Icarus, and it doesn't really know any of the other dragons. And then we made a list of things that we wanted to do in Mitros, which was to find out more about dragons, to find out anything about the Myrmidons, which I think is related to the Lotus Witch. Sneak into the castle to find out about potions, etc. I don't know what potion I was talking about when I wrote this down. Infiltrate the Titans' temples or cults in order to get more information about Lutheria and Sidon. And also, there are great games happening in Mitros, and we've been invited to, I think, participate because we're the heroes, and people keep crowding us every time we go out.
Because people want to bait us up in our own game.
Yeah.
About the
FYI.
potion. So the potion was used to basically instantly mature a dragon. So they could
Oh,
like
yeah,
amass the
that's
entire
true.
army just by giving them the potions.
Yes,
Right.
that's the one. And we don't actually like we have some idea about that dragons are sort of being hatched overseas on some island, but we're not entirely sure about where and when. Like we need to find out more about where dragons are growing or hatching.
Mhm.
I think that's all. I mean, those were detailed notes, but I can't remember if there was anything else that we did.
Just two things before we thank you for the recap, of course. Sparky a bronze dragon? I can't remember.
Spiky?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he was.
Sparky's
Yeah,
been doing lightning damage so far.
Yes,
if
so
I'm
I think
correct.
he was a
Yeah.
bronze dragon.
Yeah, he
All
was
right.
bronze. Yeah, sorry, yes.
All right. Perfect. That's all I needed to know. Okay. Put this guy right here. This guy right here. That's Dust, by the way.
Hello.
Hey, Dusk.
Dusk is chonky.
So was fucking Spiky, holy shit.
Okay. All right. And one last thing. I have, if you haven't seen already, your notes are all there, Satara. I put them all there, and they are all sorted in different pages.
There's no way I would have been able to give you the recap without the notes. So
Yes.
yes.
And everyone else, you can observe them, I believe, if you want to look at the notes. But I think Satara is the only owner. So, yes. All right. So, as we left off, you guys were, I believe, in the crowds being bombarded with your godly amount of fame.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were inviting us to stay at their homes.
Mhm.
Basically, we've got our pick of the litter about where we want to stay or crash for the night.
Yeah. Your fame level is high enough that you can just stay at taverns, I believe, for effectively free. Yes. In my trust in the store, you have free lodging and food. So it is really up to you. But what do you guys plan to do? As you are in the middle of the street in the bustling city of Mitros, surrounded by what seems to be hundreds, but that's probably an exaggeration.
We're all pretty exhausted, right? Like it hasn't been that long since we actually like fought Sidon, kind of.
Yeah, we haven't rested.
I think Satara will just say, I think we simply need to find accommodation that's quickest and fastest, and perhaps we can discuss our plans without so many people around.
Can it also be quiet, please? There's too many people around.
He's gonna be uppity, I agree.
We have all these free offers of lodging and food. We may as well make the most of it.
All right. Who has an inn? Perhaps that's the closest from where we are.
Are
I
you
think I
look?
just
Wait.
like sort of ask the crowd.
Oh, you're asking like where's the closest inn?
Yeah.
Okay. People are kind of like, oh my god, one of the heroes is talking to me. And then another person is like, no, they're talking to me. They asked me that question. And, they're kind of amongst themselves,
We speak with we speak with you all. We're very grateful for your cheers. Where can we go to sleep though?
I mean, you're always welcome to go to my house.
Aw,
Is that close by?
that didn't sound very family friendly.
There's no way they can accommodate all of us.
Well,
Yes, perhaps we're best off looking for an inn that's close by.
well, okay. The most popular inn that everyone goes to is probably the most acquainted, and it's not too far off from here. It's the Satyr's Tail, just west of here. And let me activate the Mitros map for you real quick, and let me enable or disable token vision. Oh, it is disabled.
Oh, we're here.
Ooh.
So you guys are right here, and the Satyr's Tail is right there.
We're at the stored stuff.
Yeah, and it's not too far. Maybe like an hour's walk, give or take.
Oh, it's hexagons.
Yes, hex. I mean, I don't think the hex is accurate, but it's fine. Not too far.
It does though.
All right. I'll turn to the party and be like, I think that's as good as an option as any. Shall we?
Am I able to remember anything about the Satyr's Tail from my time in Mitros?
Yeah, you do. You would know that it is generally it's a place thick in smoke and unpleasant smells, but it's probably the best place to. That's like home to you, really. There's a lot of people that go by there. You are aware that there is technically another inn, but it's catered to the rich folks, called the Siren's Roost, which is not too far off away. But the Satyr's Tail is basically where everyone goes when it comes to not just lodging, but alcohol, having a good time. But there are some bad people there as well that generally come there as well.
Well, everyone, I have spent some time in Mitros, so I may as well give you a bit of the lay of the land. There's two main inns we could stay at, either the Siren's Roost or the Satyr's Tail that was mentioned previously. If we want a more luxurious stay, I highly recommend the Siren's Roost. Satyr's Tail is on the, not so great side of town, although it's not too far off from the Booth area. Would you be willing to fork over the extra coin for a more nice stay?
Perhaps we can just start at whatever's closest, and if we find it wanting, we can move on to the Siren's Roost, you said?
Correct. The Satyr's Tail would be the closest.
I don't care much for fancies right now. I think we all just need a quiet place and some rest.
Very quiet, please.
Yeah, how is Spikey doing in the crowd?
He's people are giving him some good looks. Wow, another dragon. I haven't seen a different type of dragon that isn't the king's. Wow, people are just looking at him good, and Sparky is he's adjusting well.
Okay.
He definitely likes that a lot of people are giving him attention.
Do you think the Siren's Roost might be quieter?
Yes, most certainly. Vitalis, if you care that much about noise, I highly
Perhaps,
recommend you go to the Siren's Roost then.
sorry,
I'll
perhaps
see you there. I mean, I think I've lived here before
Yes,
in my lore. I
Yeah.
don't remember if I wrote here or the other city, but
it's this one.
okay. Well, I'm taking my fastest way to the Siren's Roost that I know of off the top of my head.
Okay.
I don't care what you guys do, but I'll meet you there.
Well, all right.
I think we can all make our way there then.
Satara, you think you'll make it over there?
I don't see why not. Are we traveling separately?
Oh, I just mean if you're too exhausted.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine. That lightning was no joke.
Yeah, definitely singed off some of my fur.
All right, let's just try to move as quickly as we can.
Yeah, I was gonna say halfway through that conversation, I probably tried to push myself out of the crowd of people. Running. Not running, but granny walking, I guess.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we all dip.
No big
I
deal.
guess depending on how easy it is to push through a crowd of people.
Hold on, let me do something quick. Oh, the thing for me. There, that works. All right. So you guys make it there relatively, uneventful. You get the crowd following you. That's probably evident. But
Nice stealth check.
I mean, no.
Shit.
There's too many eyes on you. But they see that they're making a way. Maybe you get some kids following you. See, then it's like, Mister, can we come with you? Can I get your autograph?
Maybe later? Get away from
Okay. Bye.
To get away.
Good to know. Let me note this down. Vitalis, not good with children. So I'll say as you make your way to the Siren's Roost, you will definitely pass by the Satyr's Tail. You can definitely that very thick smoke and the unpleasant smell come from there. But you do see many patrons come in and out as you walk past. There even seems to be some people akin to Storok, it seems, but not exactly the full-fledged. But they seem to be half of what Storok is.
That's nothing to talk about then.
Yeah.
Border orc.
Yeah. But they, from what you can see, that these half orcs are evidently sailors, and they're definitely pretty inebriated. But not much is going on in this part of town. You definitely see some satyrs as well, and regular old guys. But
Are these satyrs like the ones that we saw that were like Lutheria followers?
no,
or
no,
just
these are regular satyrs like Krim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not all satyrs.
But yeah, as you make your way past the nice sights, you eventually make your way to the Siren's Roost, who it happens to be that Vitalis is here, fast, and waiting for you all. I'll say this takes about an hour to progress. Okay.
I would have been in a room hiding.
Yeah, but as you approach the Siren's Roost, you can see that this place is quite grand and quite it definitely lives up to the expectation. You can see some scantily clad men and women lining the building's large windows,
No.
and they seem to be reclining on crushed velvet pillows, and some rich silks, as well as some gilded furniture. The sign hanging above the door, you kind of see that it depicts a feathered woman in what seems to be throes of ecstasy, but the door is open, but obviously only rich really go in here. But you can see not too far in as you peer through and make your way in that a beautiful siren dressed in a scarlet toga is waiting at what seems to be the receptionist's desk, you know. But yeah, that is what you see.
Well, I told you this would be the nicer of the options.
It's nice, all right. Camilla, you seem to have some sort of familiarity with this place. Would you mind speaking with the lovely lady at the
Sure.
front?
I mean, I'm not nearly as comfortable here as I am at the Satyr's Tail, but hopefully they'll recognize me. I doubt it, though. I guess I'll approach the siren and sort of see if she recognizes me.
So as you make your way in, you know, this you're surrounded by what seems to be fine music, wine everywhere. Well, not like on the floor, but you know, littered in places that people would expect it to be. And it's a very fine establishment. To this siren does greet you and says, "Welcome to the Siren's Roost. Here you can taste the finest fruits of immortality." It's nice to see a friendly face. It's been a while.
Oh, it most certainly has. It's wonderful to be back. How long has it been?
Too long to count. Well, what can I do for you?
Hoping to get 4 rooms for my friends. One room with extra thick walls.
I see you're getting rowdy tonight. I understand. Well,
Exactly what White Alice is going to be up to.
yes. You would know that this siren's name is Ambrosia, by the way.
Okay.
And you can see that not too far off that there seems to be a half-orc guarding the establishment. Kind of, he seems pretty well equipped. But Vitalis, you would notice this guy is definitely he definitely served in the ranks just like you did. He's likely to be a higher up, probably a retired higher up at this point.
Something more my speed.
Mhm.
Maybe he'll tell people to be quiet.
Your fantasy is a librarian who just shushes people.
But yeah,
Camilla will wink back to Vitalis after making a comment about thick walls.
well, let's just say Ambrosia just comes around and says, "All right, well, if you can follow me, I will guide you to your rooms. And of course, the heroes of prophecy stay here free of charge."
Much appreciated, Ambrosia.
It's very generous of you.
Is there enough rooming for like not rooming, but like stables, I guess, for Dusk and Sparky just by default? Not by default, but
Yeah, there's definitely an area where you know this is a rich thing. They have everything. So, but Ambrosia's gonna ask, do you want the dragon to come with or without?
he can come with for now.
All right, then I suppose we will take your gallant warhorse to the stables and give it the spa treatment. And
You like that? Probably too much.
of course. And she begins making her way to bring you guys to your rooms. As she guides you in, she just says, "Let us know."
Is there a brochure equivalent of all of the amenities at this fancy hotel?
Just have to ask. Just have to ask. We take requests as well. We like to entertain our clients.
Excellent. Perhaps once we're rested, we can avail some of your facilities.
Yes. Just call, and we'll be here. And she closes her door as you guys make your way into your your rooms. But yeah, you kind of guys get like a master suite, which has 4 separate rooms. The room that you enter is kind of like the lounging room, or just the main room where everything is congregated. But there are some separate rooms. It's an open floor plan, by the way. Just saying.
Ooh.
Are there thick walls?
Yeah, there's thick walls, but it's an open floor plan for at least for the suite you guys are in.
Vitalis just walks into like the closest room, closes the door, and you just hear him hit the fucking floor.
Well, there he goes, I guess.
As I suppose we all should. Hi. What time is it? It must be evening by now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's evening.
I don't think I can bother with a meal at the moment. I'm just going to sleep.
I'm probably
And I
gonna
think,
stay up for a bit, but you enjoy your rest.
and I think, yeah, Satara will also just find a bed, any bed, and just fall asleep.
Okay. All right. So
Can I,
What's-
before I go though, just
Hmm.
I don't know, what's the insight check equivalent in Pathfinder?
perception. It's just you roll perception.
Okay. I would like the perception at Camilla for saying that she's staying up a bit late. Like, does she plan to go out? What's the vibe?
Okay, sure. You can roll your perception for me. Click. So on your character sheet on the left side, it will just say perception,
Yep.
and click the one that has like a slash across the eye to make a secret check.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Too
okay.
late.
We roll it again. Secret. Well, when you look at that, it's a reroll.
Maybe it'll be better.
Okay.
It's so much better, right?
I like that.
Okay. So Camilla, I assume.
Because she said that
Do I just like
the
message
Seder
you what I was
Tale-
gonna do, or like
Hold
what do you want
on.
to do?
I mean, you saw.
'Cause
I need to check.
She basically said that the Seder Tale is closer to the Temple of Lutheria. I'm just wondering if she's starting out that scouting already.
Hold on. I am double checking something. Wow. Ow.
I must have rolled so well.
You're delving deep into my psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally mind read her,
Accidentally?
obviously.
Yeah, accidentally just detect thoughts.
Well. Okay. I mean, you just tell me what you were planning to do.
She was gonna go like get a spa day.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, Satara, as you go to bed, you notice that while Camilla definitely displayed some, interesting behaviors today. You know for a fact she's just here to relax. She
Okay.
wants to relax.
Fair enough. I will leave her to her relaxation and go and sleep.
Okay. Gegs, what about you?
Guess I'll have to think about. We're gonna go to bed early. Pet Sparky and Stables with Dusk for tonight.
Okay. All right. That's that. So, oh, my Discord sound has cut out. Epic.
Rip.
All right, not Satara. Camilla. as you make your way out of your room and go to to enjoy the luxuries of this high clientele, high location. Is there anything you asked for specific, or is it just the spa day for you?
Mainly massage.
Alrighty, massage it is.
Back massage.
Okay, and that gets done. Well, in that case, this looks like it is going to be the first official rest for you guys. Wow.
Let's go.
So I do want to clarify something about resting. On a long rest, or a full rest is what it's called, you don't gain hit points. The only way you gain, well, if you take a long rest, which is 24 hours, I think, or a day, quote unquote, you spend a day doing just actually resting, you only gain HP equals to your level, but the only time you ever get HP is by treating your wounds. So that's only ever 10 minutes, just FYI.
Oh, so but would you be able to treat your wounds during
Yes.
your rest?
You can,
Okay.
yeah. So
I think then Satara like treats her wounds and then goes to sleep.
yeah, I mean, technically you guys are full HP, but I get you. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then all you guys have to do is go on your character sheets and press the little bed icon underneath your HP. And you're good. Yeah, you guys are good. Make sure you take your rations as well.
Are we doing rations though?
Yep, you gotta track it.
But don't we get free food here?
Yes, you do, but it's fine.
All right.
I'll just give Pugs his things
I got
back.
scammed in my ration.
Okay, I'll give it
Oh.
back, guys. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
okay, okay.
But yeah, just remember.
What are our rations?
Hold on. Wait, did I even give it to you?
I don't think I have rations.
Okay, so when you press your daily preparations in the chat box,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see. So this is something you're always
gotcha.
gonna do. You don't need to consume any now, but in your
it.
case, you can prepare your staff if you want to give it more charges for the day, but you don't have to. So there's
Got it.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Daily preparations. Yep. There you go. Okay. All right. So the next day rolls around and you guys are rejuvenated in your most luxurious beds that you've honestly probably never felt in a long time. This is almost like a new experience to you. It's quiet. The birds are chirping. You can hear the sound of laughter. People having a good time. And I won't elaborate on that within the inn.
Or will you?
But it's a rest you guys well deserved, definitely needed and deserved. But yeah, the next day rolls around as you wake up in the Siren's Roost.
I think I go into the main suite area, like the common area of our suite, and I call for room service of like a really hearty breakfast, enough for everyone, so that
Sure.
as everyone wakes up, there's like tea and coffee and like hot chocolate and like a variety of like excellently buttered breads and like omelets and stuff available.
Like bagels.
And bagel, yes.
Bagels.
Basically all the breakfast foods. I'm gonna set up like a mini buffet inside our suite by just like harassing room service. Not harassing, but making full use of room service so
Of
that as
course.
everyone wakes up, there's plenty of food. And I
Wow.
guess as people like sit down to eat, I'll be like, so, we should probably also discuss what we're going to do next.
Well, how about this, everyone? Strategy before or after food?
After, perhaps?
Well, all right then.
Well,
We all just gouge ourselves, I guess.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom nom nom, indeed.
Nom, 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 nom.
Okay. Well, as you guys consume your food and are your desires are or your why did I say that way?
Yeah, dude.
Your primal desires are satiated and your thirst
Blush.
is quenched. You guys feel prepared and ready to finally discuss the meat of things.
Come on, bro.
So it sounds to me like we have sort of three options. We can investigate the potion, we can investigate the Temple of Lutheria, or we can prepare for the games themselves. I don't think that was the third option. I actually have no idea. I thought we had three options.
There's a whole bunch of things that we need to do. In general, I think we need to find out more about the dragons. That can probably be combined with going into the castle to find out even more about the potion, the speed grow equivalent for dragons. I believe Vitalis wanted to find out more about the Myrmidons. I don't know if there's more information we can avail in Mitros, but we can certainly try. And then there's, which I can't say I'm a fan of, but going into Lutheria's temple and try to find out more about her. If there's any way that she might side with us in this ongoing disaster of a war, or if she has her own agenda for when the treaty ends. And then there are, I suppose, the Great Games. Do we know when the Great Games are?
Are you asking me?
Any in general, I can't. I'm not taking any notes about it, so.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 days out. But that's not like, that's out of character. I have no.
I'll just say you guys know it's pretty imminent, but it's probably within the next few days. It could be tomorrow, today, who knows?
Do we know if? I'll ask room service. Room service has got to know what a big fancy event in the city is, when it's going to be.
Your customer service knows everything.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
their
it's a
job.
concierge,
It's
yeah.
their job.
Oh. I would know. Smile.
Yeah. Is there? What was the prize for competing in the Great Games or winning the games?
Oops, what did I just do? So you guys know that there is a cash prize. That is one. But aside from that, it's like effectively there's more than cash prizes. You get a medal, which is about 1,000 gold or something. And obviously, as you go down in second or third, it's less. It's possible if the heroes participate that you guys might be offered something that isn't just monetary value. Maybe some sponsors is likely.
Of a divine nature, perhaps?
I won't elaborate, but that's what you would know. But
I can't say I'm keen on participating in games simply for some money when we have other pressing matters at hand.
I will say that the ones that are from my trust or have lived here would know that it's a rare thing, once a year, obviously, well, every few years. But
Every 4 years, perhaps.
nah, I'm changing it. They happen every year now. Its entire purpose would be to honor the oath of peace, and priests of all of the gods come there to sacrifice things to celebrate that oath of peace and how long it's stood fast for. But
Do we know if that kind of sacrifice is one of those things that actually impacts the strength of the Oath of Peace, or if it's just something that we do as like a superstition?
you're asking if it's you guys would know, or
Yeah, if we would know about whether it's actually like relevant, like if it's of a practical nature to actually participate in the games.
Okay, let's get some skill checks in here.
Let's
Is
go.
that a bird? Jeez. Oh, that's the one thing
I
I
can
didn't.
tell you it wasn't my mic.
Yeah. Okay, one thing I forgot to do was give Satara her trained skills. Let me do that real quick. Because she needs that to succeed. Potentially.
Potentially.
Alrighty. Okay, you guys can roll me society. For anyone that wants to try to know this. Society or religion, obviously, either or.
Damn, I have +3 in religion. That sucks.
Yeah,
It's
religion
okay,
is a
I
wisdom
rolled good,
skill.
though.
Is this a public role?
Yeah, public.
Level 1.
Damn, y'all suck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Camilla, you would know that this, and this is a little bit more catered to you. You know that minotaurs are sacrificed daily during the great
What?
games, and that not everyone approves of the sacrifice, but this is relatively a recent addition because the Order of Sidon participates and their priests participate in the Great Games. But aside from that, and the logistics and societal political things, generally speaking, the people treat it as a great honor to fight a Minotaur, as they're one of the, even though they're kind of more dying out, so to speak, they are one of the greater warriors. And when you have quote unquote heroes or athletes or the best come from all over the land to best, probably one of the best combatants available, it is a great honor. That being said, I'll say that let's just say some of the people in the upper echelons don't necessarily approve of the killing of minotaurs, though.
In general, can I tell if like society is just racist towards minotaurs?
Yes.
Damn.
It's hard being a Minotaur.
I would say you guys would know this. Actually, okay. I'll have Satara roll society check for me, but Camilla and Vitalis, you can make this roll with a +2 circumstance bonus.
All right. Yay!
I'm just
Hard
saying you can
about
re-roll.
nitros.
You can re-roll it if you want. That's up to you.
I actually can. I have that.
I added the 2 already.
That's good. But yeah, you have
think
your
that's kind
astrology.
of
You have your Feybound thing, I believe.
Feybound thing, yeah.
Yes.
Alright, I'll
You
reroll.
you also have your astrology thing, which you have to spend a little bit after your daily preparations, but I would consider you probably do it anyways.
Alright. There we go.
I also re-rolled. It's my hero point.
This is your once per day. 22 and then another 22. Okay. FYI, a fortune effect. So one thing you'll notice is there's a lot of traits on things. Fortune is basically advantage. And they cannot stack. So you can only do one fortune effect per roll.
Got it.
All right, so you guys all succeed the DC. Congrats. You know that. Well, actually, did you even roll? I don't think you rolled, Caden.
Oh, you know when all to.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't think you care that much, but I mean, if you want to roll, you can.
You gotta roll for racism, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay, go ahead.
Society plus 2.
Yeah,
so-
roll for racism. Whoever gets the highest is most racist.
Well, it's kind of tied right now.
Society plus 2.
Well, damn. I guess Satara
Well, not
is
you.
calling
You're
out
not you. You
Camilla.
don't. You get a +2. You just get a flat roll.
Okay. Oh,
There we go.
Damn.
yeah, I know the extensive history.
Damn.
Okay.
Me and Geggs are working on the railroad.
So you guys would know that minotaurs are treated as effectively just above livestock. And their greatest honor, at least in current day society, is being used at the Great Games.
Damn.
So why the fuck did we party up with Camilla? The fuck? Get in there.
She's
Get in line.
what the hell?
I'm a princess, bro.
You were made for this.
It sounds like it's your job. It's your time. Show your people how it's done.
I'll say that at least okay. For my people, the people that are from Mitros, you would know that Queen Valis has very much sought out to end the practice of ending or killing of the minotaurs for the Great Games.
So we can knock them out. That's fine.
But the King Augustus and the Order have, let's just say, undermined those attempts. But
Do we know if divorce is legal? Because Augustus and Valus kind of need to separate.
that being said, technically, the standing of where Minotaurs are today is an improvement from the history standpoint, as Minotaurs outright were just outlawed and killed on sight or turned, or products of smuggling and other skullduggery stuff, even slavery. But generally speaking, the citizens, you can tell that they prefer the status quo right now of what it is and their attitude towards Minotaurs. It seems Camilla is the exception, though.
Satara, I understand you don't want to participate in the games, but participating for me means a lot. I'm representing not only us, but all of Minotaur kind. Me doing well in the games means that maybe I can help change the status quo within Mitros itself. Perhaps all of Thylia.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I realized how bad it was for your kind here.
I mean, I can't say that I understand the struggles of most Minotaurs that live on the mainland. I grew up in Demis for half my life. But having lived here for some time, I feel like I can relate to some of their struggles.
I think
And
we
I
should
most
participate. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I think that reason enough is why we should participate. We came here to change. I don't know if it's lost my train of thought.
That's fine by me. Perhaps when we go, we could also use it as a scouting mission, just to understand perhaps what the various factions of the various gods bring. If they're celebrating the Oath of Peace, then perhaps there's ways to find, treaties within their followers that might help us extend the Oath of Peace.
Very true. And on the other hand, there may be those who may want to exploit the fact that the Oath of Peace is running out. There may be some bad business going on with the followers of Sidon. Might be a good idea to keep an eye out on during the games.
All right. First order of business is we find out when the Oath of Peace, when the games begin. Can I call the concierge?
Sure.
And yeah, I think I'll just ask them. These great games that happen in Mitros, when are they scheduled for? How long do they go on?
Well, they are scheduled for a few days, and I believe about a week or so, or less. And it is a great thing. Lots of things going around. But I believe they're starting pretty soon. We're just waiting for the wonderful and wonderful thing of the torch bearer to come. That's really it.
Do we know when the torchbearer arrives?
No, but I imagine it's probably pretty soon.
All right.
And if we wanted to sign up for the games, where would we go to do that?
Well, I would imagine that honestly, I think if I recall, there are a few ways to join. I believe you either compete in a trial or you ask one of the higher ups to invite you. But I imagine, I imagine the trial is part of the way to get in it, really. Um, but if you would like, I can get more information regarding that. I would imagine everyone would be ecstatic to have the heroes participate in the great games.
We'd be grateful for you to solicit any kind of information, but we're also happy for you to just point us in the right direction, and maybe we can find out for ourselves.
Sure. I think I can get you the information on who you can contact, but if you want to go find out, then that works too.
Perhaps we'll just wait until you can let us know.
Sure. I will be on the case.
Thank you.
So it seems like we have some downtime until the games.
Perhaps. Did we want to learn more about dragons before, after? We have the whole day ahead of us, so is there anything else that we'd like to do for the day? Assuming, of course, that the games do not start today and we need to be rushed off into them.
Well, if we were to investigate about the dragons and the potions, not to let out my devious side, but it would make some pretty great blackmail against the king. Having that sort of information in our pocket may aid us in the future.
Maybe that's true. Don't suppose this kind of information would be readily available in a library, but Camilla, Vitalis, you've both lived in Mitros before. Do you know of any places or any people we could contact to understand more about the King's Dragons and his sort of Dragonlord agenda?
Vitalis may be better suited for this since he has lived here far longer than I have.
I was gonna say, do we know who the torchbearer is? This is out of
No.
I mean, there might be a few people I could talk to. I'm not so sure where I would be able to find these people. It's been a while since I've been around.
We may also simply be able to speak with Valis, Queen Valis. She seemed forthcoming about the information about the ship and seems to understand how her husband operates. I don't know if she'll be of much help, but we could speak with her more specifically about dragons and where to find them and what King Augustus seems to have been doing with them.
Well, we have two leads. What do you guys think is the most promising?
I take a second to look at Camilla and just say, "You look really relaxed. What did you end up doing last night?"
Oh, they have since all this is being paid for, I thought I may as well make the most of it. So I decided to go get a massage.
Well, that's
I highly
part of it
recommend it.
sometimes.
Insight. The fuck?
If perhaps Vidalis, you are to seek information or find out more about from any of your contacts, and we're also waiting for what was her name? Ambrosia?
Yep. Oh, well, that was the leader. That was
Oh, yeah. Did we get the
Just at the
name of
front desk.
the person who is finding information for us? Was it the same person?
It's just someone else.
Well, until someone else finds out information about the games, we could sort of just make the most of the fact that we're here and we need some relaxing time. So I do recall we did sort of have a spa day before we came to Mitros, so perhaps that's a bit indulgent.
You know, Vitalis, I did use that letter system of Kyra's to get to my professor. You could do that with some of your old contacts.
Wherever Kyra is.
It's a
Is
good
Kyra around?
question.
Kyra is not present
I
right
would
now.
hope she's not in our room with us. That would have been a little weird.
I think she's been in weirder situations. I don't know.
Just on the ceiling. On the
Yeah,
roof,
she's
I
like
mean.
a lizard in the corner, or like the
Yeah.
spider in my corner of my room. Like, what the fuck?
We need like a Kyra whisper, or sorry, a Kyra whistle.
The Kyra whisper. I like the sound of that.
Either one
Right.
works. Satara's a Kyra whisperer, but we need the Kyra whistle.
I don't think I'm Kyra's whisperer yet.
Oh.
One day.
Hopefully. I just look up to see if she can, if there's any indication on the wind that she heard this.
You don't seem to notice anything.
Alright.
I will say, Queen Vals did ask you to investigate the Lutheria temple, but I mean that's still on you as part of your other option.
Yeah. We could also start investigating the Temple of Lutheria. I mean,
Yeah, I think maybe our best bet is to get Vitalis to send off that letter to his old contacts while we investigate the Temple of Lutheria. Then again, if you guys really are in the need for some relaxation, I don't mind taking a rest day.
No, but time is of the essence. We're getting closer and closer to the Oath of Peace ending. Might be best for us to actually investigate Lutheria, and if she plans to break this peace as well.
I'm not much of the religious type, so I guess I can do that while you guys are going to the temple.
Well, the Temple of the Five is a little bit of a detour. If we go there, we certainly will be able to meet up with Kyra in her own temple.
Yes. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I'm alright either way. I don't love the idea of Vitalis going off by himself, but perhaps we could split into two.
Oh, I don't mean to split off. We all go together to the temple, get the letter written, and we all travel down to the Temple of Lutheria.
Alright.
I mean, how long is that gonna take with all the people in the way? Wouldn't it
Oh.
just be better if we went our separate ways? I don't know.
Perhaps.
No, I don't imagine anything bad's gonna happen in the city.
Well, that's fair.
We maybe should try to figure out a way to move around faster. I mean, I don't
Getting
know how
through
I
all
feel
those
about it.
people is
Yeah.
Spiky and Dust kind of.
attention.
Spiky and Dust kind of stand out. I could leave them behind, but
Perhaps we find ways to disguise ourselves.
That's not a bad idea.
Try to work our way there. Perhaps we should try to disguise ourselves as followers of Lutheria. I mean, not that you need to, Camilla, but might help us gain easier access into Lutheria's temple.
Well, I certainly know I would know how to dress you guys. Disguise, you would not be tough.
you're gonna dress me up.
Oh, some robes. Shouldn't be too hard,
Oh,
even for a
okay.
kobold.
I feel like we stick out like a sore thumb. I'm not sure we'll really be able to hide our identities, I guess.
Well, I can leave Dusk and Spiky behind.
Yeah, but a redhead minotaur and a red kobold I don't
I'll
know
just-
about you guys, but I think I could see you guys from across town.
Well, we could try to disguise ourselves first before we judge
do you
to it.
have something? What's that? It's not exactly a spell, is it?
I had a hat of disguise before this one. Rest in peace.
I can give you a
Like
disguise
a
kit for
jean
free.
style clothing. if
Sure,
that
that'd be
helps.
nice.
Okay. Hold on,
I
give me a
don't know
second.
how much I'd be able to change how people look, but
Alright, I'm gonna give you a disguise kit. Camilla. Since yeah. Probably makes sense you have it. Just maybe.
AJ, how does my banner work with the 3 action system?
It's an action to use, bro.
So like, I can, could I action jump and then press the button to use it midair because it defeats gravity, and then like next turn do it again? Does that make
Well,
sense?
no, I wouldn't. Because I mean, it's just an anchor. It doesn't. You still are affected by gravity.
I mean, it still says that. Define
I-
gravity if need be.
No, but it's an immovable rod. You have to place it into something still. Think about
Oh.
it. It's your banner technically. So I mean, it's not really that high, but I mean,
alright, so first we go to the Temple of the Five. We find Kyra. We get her to send a letter. Vitalis gets in touch with one of his old contacts. Perhaps we arrange a meeting to learn more about dragons if you have anyone specific in mind. And then we go to the Temple of Lutheria. What exactly are we trying to find out there? Besides, whether or not Lutheria and her followers intend to honor the Oath of Peace.
Well, I think there's 2 things we can try to figure out. One is whether the followers of Lutheria are willing to. Or sorry, let me think of what I actually wanted to say.
okay, I will remind you.
Okay, yeah.
I will remind you
sorry,
of what the quest was given to you by Valis.
Yeah.
So basically, to sum it up, she knows that the Temple of or the Cult of Lutheria is gaining a lot of influence, especially in the Stygian Row area. That's where the temple is, and that she wants you guys to help her strike a blow against them. But don't. This isn't a cause to create chaos down in the lower city. But collect and carefully get evidence against them if possible, since
Oh my. That's not what
yeah.
that was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I have no interest in turning against the one who's helped me so much. But if there are those in charge who I feel aren't following the proper teaching area, I have no issue removing them from power through any means necessary.
Well, perhaps we don't need to follow what Queen Valis said to the letter. Perhaps we do, in fact, just go out as a scouting mission, find out what has made them gain influence, what kind of influence they're spreading, and make a decision from there.
I just want you to understand that I'm with you guys 100%, even against Lutheria, but I just can't completely turn against her. Understand?
All right.
Well, do
Understand.
we want to go ahead with the disguise kit? Have you all dressed up as members of the cult of Lutheria?
I
think that'll be a good
suppose.
idea.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure that would be very bright for me. I'm much religious one.
Is Vitalis coming with us, or is he going to the Temple of Five by himself?
If he wants to go by himself, I mean, it would be far faster traveling solo than in a big group.
I'm sure I can just I don't know, move fast enough. Maybe people won't notice.
don't think we're planning to get in a fight either way, so should be fine, I'd say.
Well, just be safe, Vitalis.
I'll be fine. As long as there's not that many people around, I guess. There was a lot of people yesterday.
All right. I guess I'll try to use the disguise kit on 3 of us, excluding Vitalis.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Ooh, can we dye my hair?
Yes.
I thought
Wait,
above
if
us.
nobody knows what my
Makeover!
face is like, could I just take my helmet off and that counts as a disguise kit? Hold up, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, you can
I'll
definitely
just
make the
walk
argument
around in my birthday suit.
Don't do it in this place. I feel like people would jump on you for different reasons.
Oh god.
Yo, I swear to God, above us, I thought for like half a second I said the minority market instead of the Minotaur market.
Well,
I mean, that is where a minority
Yeah.
lives. So.
Yeah, I know.
Why is the rich placed in the
Life.
minority then? That doesn't
Wait,
make
so
sense.
is it called the Minotaur market because people sell Minotaurs there?
Why don't you go there and
think so.
find out?
Jesus Christ.
Can
I'm
I
not
roll
walking into
society?
We're gonna try to buy Camilla if we go there.
Bro's gonna
Well.
people are gonna think we're trying to sell her. What?
How much is this one? Sorry.
Ooh, a ginger.
What the fuck?
Pretty penny for this one.
Camilla sharpens the knife behind her back.
The dagger.
The tag.
Well,
Alright, so we get makeovers and split off.
if that's what you guys want to do.
Yep. Ain't no shot Vitalis is in danger.
I'll be fine. I'll just wear like common clothes and no one will recognize me. Surely I don't even need a disguise kit. I'm dressed like a fucking guard that works here, so.
Alright, so you're doing 3 other people, right? Or 2 other, technically? Alright, so that's
Yeah.
going to take 20 minutes to get done. I probably need to advance a day. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Oh well. And, okay. Alright, so this is how it's going to go. If you ever interact with someone while you're disguised, they make a perception check versus your deception DC. So your DC for your deception is whatever your deception, it's 10 plus your deception score right now. So good luck.
Before we go, can I try to like recall if there's like any other temples of Lutheria, so I can like lie and say they're from that?
There is no Temple of Lutheria near here by any means. This is the main temple too.
I'm not familiar with any other temples.
No, there just isn't any others.
Oh damn.
They're like small congregations, but not necessarily any other temples.
Okay.
You would know that the Temple of Lutheria is, and its cult is technically the longest standing thing here in Mitros when it comes to their presence of So there's that.
I mean, surely if they're openly calling themselves a cult, that's not a good sign, right?
No, of course not. They just welcome everyone to the Temple of Lutheria. The temples, obviously.
Wait, is it opening called a cult or not?
Well, what is cult? What?
Okay.
How can we properly define?
I don't know. You could say
Our debate the definition of a cult on the way
yes.
there.
Isn't Christianity
religion?
a cult?
What is a
Surely.
cult?
It gets real philosophical.
Of course. When in I was gonna say when in Rome, but when in Greece, we philosophize or whatever the fuck philosophy-ish. Yum. Fortnite. Okay. Right. Well, okay. So, hashtag don't split the party rule is being broken. Let's start with Mr. Pug as he makes his way out as you make your way
God.
to
He doesn't die.
To
He
the temple?
immediately dies.
Where are you
I get
going?
hit by a dragon. Not even rocks.
Where are you going, Mr. Pug?
Where am I going? That would be a great question. Well, I was gonna have to ask you that. I was gonna say, I guess, would there be any like higher up commanding officers? I guess that I quote unquote knew. I guess that were like more friendly that I could maybe go talk to. I don't know. That might still be working. Or like, were there any guys my rank? I guess that I worked with that I could go talk to that were like my friend. Does that make sense to you?
I thought he had
Maybe?
no friends. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Okay. Well, so there.
I just been around, bro. Doesn't mean I don't got friends.
Yeah. Of course. So there are a few places that come to mind when it comes to when you served in your military days. There is a shop called Grimmick's Armory in the Noble District by the Great Agora. And I'll say that you knew this person who ran the shop or runs the shop. He served as a soldier just like you, and you know him that he just runs a shop there and sells stuff. Other than that, you would know that the only other real places where soldiers generally tend to be is really usually in the lower city, the Stygian Row, where they like to hang out and do some things, enjoy less responsibility, and where the Soldier's Gate is, where that's basically where effectively a good chunk of soldiers are stationed for Mitros, considering that it's basically one of its border entrances.
Alright. Well, if I could remember where that guy's shop is set up. I didn't hear where you said it was, but I'll go to the guy. I'll go to the shop guy first.
Great Agora.
Agora? Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't hear Agora. I just heard the Great.
Yes, it's just the Great.
The Great.
But yeah, it's either where the harbor is, the Great Agora, or the Soldier's Gate. That's where they would be.
Probably go to the Great Agora first. I guess it depends how long it takes me to travel around.
Well, you have to take the long way to get there, so it would take you a little while. Quite literally. You can follow the dots.
Yeah, I've been kind of paying attention. Dots. So do I have to go like that?
Effectively, yes.
Like around the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's toughy, but that's okay. I was gonna also say, is there a way I could, I guess, like, there's no like disguise kit I have, but like, I guess like to change apparel. Can't really disguise myself, but
I mean, you definitely would have
blend in, I guess, better. People will probably recognize me anyways, but
you probably have ordinary clothing. Or like
probably like
fine clothing. You're not exactly too
I guess, who is the owner of this place we were staying at again? I forgot. The Siren's Roost.
Ambrosia was the receptionist.
Ambrosia was the receptionist. Well, I guess I'll just leave. Oh, this is putting a lot on her, huh? Holy shit. Somebody's gonna have a head on a pike after this if I don't have my shit back. Okay, I'm leaving most of my stuff, I guess, in my room that I use, and I'll let her know that I'll be back for it. I'm gonna keep my spear, but I'm gonna leave probably, like, my helmet and my armor, I guess. Because I
you
probably can't wear my armor
just
with my fine.
you probably just ask for some like nice robes, you know what I mean? And you just put your stuff in your little suite, whatever stuff you can't really carry.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be awkward carrying a spear, but I feel like I kind of need it. That's like the bare minimum, right? Sure.
Okay.
I guess could I wear my armor under the robes?
No.
Would that be? No? Okay.
No.
So yeah, I'll leave. I guess I'll just take like my spear, leave like my shield and my armor and my helmet. I'll try and like sneak out of the shop though. Back.
Like, these are the robes I'm talking about, like toga robes. You know what I mean? Here, let me get a picture for you. Like, there's no way you could hide armor in these.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like old Greek shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of what I was expecting, but I was still trying to ask. You know, I'll see what I
Yeah.
can pry from you. But I'll try and yeah, actually, I'll just bring my spear and maybe try and keep it low key that it's not a spear.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess I'll leave with that and try and be as discreet as possible. I guess I'll like, do I have to stealth check to sneak out the back? I guess.
No, you're good.
Sure, and then I'll make my way towards Great Agora on my long trek, avoiding as many crowds as humanly possible.
Yeah, so you're taking the long way then. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna take you an hour. Okay. Well, an hour goes by, and you make it your way to the Great Agora. This place is, quite the place. It's this place has the noble district, and it really is the heart of Mytros itself, where lots of vendors tend to sell their goods from across the continent. And you can see that this place is pretty sprawled out, with lots of private estates and bathhouses, as well as some private temples as well.
I gotta get here more often, man.
You can see that as you make your way into the Great Agora and stuff, that there seems to be a 12-foot... You can see the 12-foot tall statue of the Five watching over the edges of the Agora, as well as what seems to be a new statue of Sidon at its center. But the one thing about this statue is it towers over the Five Gods statue. And as you go by, you definitely can hear all types of talking, mostly of the manner of selling goods, from mostly food all the way to like pottery and clothes, and to even some bronze equipment. But eventually you do make your way to this large shop in what seems to be a very prominent location in the Great Agora. You can see that the walls and racks are filled with many varieties of polished bronze weapons and armors, as well as tools. And as you make your way in, you can hear Grimmick, a person that also worked in the Centurions as well, like you, manning the shop and having some talk.
I guess I'll wait my turn for when he's done with like a custom.
Sure.
And then I guess when he has a moment, I'll go up to him and see if he recognizes me, I suppose.
Sure. Like as you kind of wait around his stall, giving him the side eye, waiting for him to be finished, done with the whatever customer he has, you're reminded of and see that the scars that he's displays proudly on his body. Despite being a little bit on the older side, he's very fit, and you definitely see those battle scars. He's quite well seasoned, despite being retired. But eventually, as he makes do with the customer and gets that business sorted out, he speaks and walks and just says, well, you look at that. It's my good old buddy and fellow Centurion Vitalis. Still not speaking much, huh?
Don't worry about it. How's the shop?
Well, it's a prominent place. I got lots of sales. Got some good weapons. I know how to handle the weapons. All those years as a Centurion really paid off, it seems.
That's good. Good to hear. Good to hear. So I've not come here for business. I've been kind of trying to avoid people, I guess.
Yeah, I heard you're a hero of prophecy now. How did that happen?
Okay, you don't gotta say it so loud, man. As I'm,
Look,
like,
it's
looking
just
over
you
my
and me
shoulder,
here.
like,
It's
what
just
the
you and
fuck?
me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that really happened myself either. I'm still trying to put the ends together, but I think it's got something to do with my father I've never really met. We'll figure that one out. I'll talk about that later, but about with these new Dragonlords, um, how have these like come to be? Like, do you have any idea? It's been so long since I've been here. I don't know what a King Acostus has been up to. That was his name, right?
Yes, King Acostus. Well, gotta say that there really isn't much. I mean, I know there's some talks in the upper echelons of the Centurions and who are at the palace, but it just seems to be a very small and specialized and a really newly created, unit. I mean, I guess technically it wouldn't fall under the military or the legionnaires. No, I think that's Roman. The Centurions. But I think they're more so the kings. It seems to be more so the kings. How do I say this?
Select few.
Yeah, select few. I mean, he obviously has recruited some of the best in the Centurions, but there really isn't much known. I mean, we do see them fly occasionally, but Mitros is big, of course. But yeah, there really isn't much. I mean, he has a dragon, but it's kind of vague. You can, I mean, kind of hard to not know that he has a dragon when it's kind of roaring from the top of the palace, feeding itself.
Appreciate the help. This is rude. I don't really know what to ask. Do you have anything to say about this Sidon statue that has abruptly come up?
Well, I'm not too keen on politics, but the last, I mean, I don't know, it's been a while since he's been here, but the influence of the cults of Lutheria and Sidon's people, it's been growing at a really rapid pace, and the Stygian Row was a pretty bad place, but it's gotten a little bit worse. There's been and I don't live there anymore. Even tend to be there as much, but people going missing and people going missing at the same time as these two powers generally growing more influence does not bode well. I mean, here in the Noble District, we're a little bit more protected, as we're literally on the upper part of the city, but it's hard to say. I think I mean, as someone who isn't necessarily of noble lineage, it's I don't particularly care too much, but as I have to cater to my audience, but doesn't really bode well what's going down there. I'll say that much.
Is there anything you would like from me now that we've met up once again?
Well, maybe you can put in a good word in the upper echelon. Maybe advertise my services. I got some good stuff here. Surely, maybe I should. Maybe I should sponsor. Vitalis Tycon, sponsored by. Me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
All the weapons you wear, the stuff you carry. The best of the best to get.
Get the job done. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking with I guess my group, you could say, we might be joining the games. So
Ah, well, that would be a sight to see. I know you weren't always the toughest bunch in Centurions, but put up a good fight. At least from my
yeah,
POV.
it's been a while.
Who knows? Maybe you
Sure,
got
you couldn't
worse.
keep up anymore.
Hey, I'm retired. I can't keep up with a young, spry guy like you. What, you're only like 100 years old?
Yeah, something around there.
Yeah, I'm a young 40, and I'm a human. Think about it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Kids these days, I swear.
Well, if you need anything, I'm sure it's pretty easy to find me, considering how many people really know me. I'm sure
Well,
I'll come back around and chat to you again, but
well, yeah, I mean, when you dress like that, it's kind of harder to recognize, but I mean, when you're carrying a spear.
yeah, it's been a while, man. I don't know if there's people out for me, if you know what I mean.
Well, sure. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Yeah. But I'll just say before you leave, if you ever need anything, you're welcome to purchase stuff in my shop here. There's also a potion shop not too far from here. It's kind of tucked away. Zoran runs it. They're kind of they got an interesting past. There's also a man named the Collector around here that sells some interesting things. If you're maybe he has also some good information. I don't know. I'm not exactly too you know well versed in what people do, but outside of a storefront.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks for the help. I'll have to go see if I can find something out about these dragons.
Yeah, I wish you luck in that. That seems like a tough job, honestly, considering how little information there is out. But you might be looking. You might have to get a little dirty, if you know what I mean, or clean if you
Yeah,
go up there. He kind of looks in the direction of the palace.
I'll. Well, maybe. Uh, I guess this is my departure. I guess I'll give you something to talk about around town, and I'll give him a little like scratch on the arm with my spearhead, so I guess he can say like, "Oh, this scar's from Vitalis."
You know, I would be just as he kind of like grabs onto that little wound. He's like, I just appreciate if you just advertise for me. Not exactly in that fighting business anymore.
It's fine. You can make it sound cool.
Sure, whatever. All right. Well, maybe you ever find the time we can catch up on a drink. See, introduce me to your entourage. See who you're holding up with now these days. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't even know these bunch. We're all over the place.
I feel like there's a little bit more than meets the eye from what you just said, but to each their own.
See you around.
See ya.
Um, do you want me to keep
I'm
going,
ready.
or are you going to the other people?
I mean, what do you have planned? What do you want to do?
Well, you said maybe something going to the palace. I could go talk to more soldiers by the gate. I don't remember what you said about the harbor. I've been trying to fix my fucking Discord sounds because everybody's so quiet, but I can't seem to do it.
Okay, I want you to roll me a society check.
Society check. This is gonna be lovely.
You rolled
Nice.
well earlier.
You get a +1
Yeah, but it's like
circumstance because you're
my
from here.
society is only a plus
Well, I just increased your chances by like 5%.
There. Oh, that was good.
What did I say?
Let me look at my thing real quick.
I added the circumstance.
Yeah, no worries. Let me look at something.
Can't believe Vitalis wouldn't even call us his friends.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
That's fucked up, bro. That guy. We've been
No,
I
traveling
bet
for
you if
months.
you guys came and tried to look for me, you wouldn't even be able to find me. So
You've taken your helmet off in front of us.
I don't think I have.
You
Not in the
have.
spa. Do you take it off
Yeah.
In the
then?
spa,
Mm-hmm.
I took it off, but I like put something on my face.
Do you hate us that much? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Who said it's I hate you guys? What if I just hate myself?
Oh shit!
What if
Sorry,
I'm
bro.
ugly?
All
Let
right.
us in, Vitalis.
He's just a tough guy with a dark
We
past.
can fix him.
All right. So with an 18, you do succeed with this check, and as you walk your way back, just towards the Simon's Roost, because there isn't much. You remember this thought that or this piece of information that you thought would have been useless to you years ago, but it randomly appears in your head now as you are walking through the Noble District. And you're reminded of Terran Nurdragon, the person that owns the most expensive villa here in Mitros, or one of the most expensive. He's a merchant lord as well. You would know that. He's a very successful merchant. But the one thing that you remember about him is when you were in the ranks of the Centurions is he's a descendant of a Dragonlord himself. And you think to yourself that this is probably one of your best leads you have. Does this thought that reoccurs to you? But at the same time, you know that merchants are generally busy.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking I was kind of lucky with finding
yeah,
the
you know,
first guy.
yeah. But again, you know that they're busy. But again, you're reminded of yourself that you are a hero, and maybe you can use your influence to get something done.
All right. Um, I guess has anything like happened? Has there any been like rambunctious groups I've gone by or anything, or like
No,
any
it's
dragons flown over above me?
not particularly.
Because I've been walking for a while. I guess I can try and go find that merchant. I'll
Okay.
say fuck the soldiers at the gate. They'll be there 24/7. I'm well aware of that miserable job.
Mhm. Well, you make your way to where his villa is then. And that's where we're going to swap over to the other guys.
All right.
Beautiful. I'll be back. I'm going to watch him.
So you guys are just leaving for the Sirens, or just leaving to the Temple of Lutheria in the Stygian Row. You guys are all dressed up, appropriately, of course. Camilla might not know this, but at the same time, she knows how the cult operates, at least when she was a little bit more active in their temple activities, but how they like to dress. But old
I
is
think on
still
the way I
new.
will ask Camilla. So, what should we expect? I mean, everything I've heard about the Temple of Lutheria has been violent. Is that what we should prepare ourselves for?
Well, here's the best advice that I think I can come up with. Just don't be like a downer, Be fun. Try to indulge in whatever they offer. That sort of stuff. Hopefully, their practices haven't changed too much.
What are the practices like?
Oh well, we kind of let loose every really, enjoy the luxuries of the world.
Give us one specific example, maybe.
And that's not pretty vague.
Well, you can fill in the blanks.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. Drinking.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That's one. You can fill in the rest.
No, but see, that's what I like. I'm I'm part Fae. Like I have Fae ancestry. I know what it's like to come from a heritage and from a society that enjoys indulgences of this kind. There's a reason that Lutheria and her temple cult, whatever you want to call it, have a bad rep. Um, are there blood sacrifices? Is that part of the indulgence?
I have never seen a blood sacrifice. Never once.
Insight check.
Yeah, hold on.
Equivalent.
Inside. Yeah.
Hold on, message me.
promise you.
Message me, glitch.
Yeah.
You messaged me.
Blind roll, right?
Yeah, I gotta roll on this too. How do I do the gigs?
Are you talking about like on Discord or in Foundry?
Either or, either or.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, is it perception or insight?
I think it's just perception. I don't
Yeah,
think there
just
is an insight, is there?
there's no insight, just roll perception.
Okay, how do I keep it hidden?
It's
Try my
the-
GM roll.
If you go on your character sheet.
Yeah, I was keeping it hidden though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, that's right. You can't see the result, right?
I can.
No.
Oh well, you're not supposed to do that, but it's fine.
Oh, am I supposed to do blind GM roll or private?
Blind GM roll.
My bad, G.
Roll it again and see if it works.
No, can I keep this number though?
Just roll it again.
Okay. Blind GM. Yeah, so I hit the wrong button first. It's a good and bad game. Come on, bro.
Okay.
I'm new to this. Okay.
Let's see here.
Can I just clarify? My insight is not just like I don't. What I would like to insight is not just like I have never seen a blood sacrifice. Is not the same as I have never seen one, but I know they happen in the temple. So like, what's the vibe? Like,
Can you update your response based off that information, please?
What I messaged you is cool, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Well, can you roll?
Do I need a roll?
Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna have you do this for me.
that is definitely some blood sacrifice.
You really asked the most poignant question.
Yeah.
God damn
Just
it.
based off of how long this interaction's been going on, 100% there's been blood
Yeah.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's water and wine.
You
Yeah,
guys just
nothing
don't understand
wrong.
indulgence.
So true, so true.
Indulgence.
Just roll that for me. Or click the thingy. Thank you. Unless you can't see it.
If you're talking to me, I can't.
Shit. Okay. What is your deception score, by the way? Just
2.
tell me.
I will tell you in 5 seconds. I think it's +3. +6.
Okay. Well, all right, guys.
Boys?
So, Gags.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you guys trying to go see through again? let me get this right.
I said I know what it's like to have indulgence, but what I've heard is that you guys go beyond that, is that it's like you have blood sacrifices and things like that. To which Camilla responded with, I have never seen a blood sacrifice. To
Yeah.
which I went to insight based on, okay, you may not have seen one, but do you know that they happen in
Should we continue? I'm confident that there's no blood sacrifices going on. It's just a rumor.
okay,
Alright, Gags-
that's what I'm insight checking.
Gags-
Gags is more like Have you not seen one? Are you sure?
All right, Gegs and Satara, this is what you're able to receive through her words and the way she accentuates things and her general body posture. You can see this innocent view and very honest response to her friends.
See, I'm innocent.
Okay. Alright, I mean,
Do you guys not believe me?
no, it's just that. Think about it from our perspective. I mean, I haven't been this far south in Thailand before, but everywhere up north, anytime that they talk about Sidon and Lutheria, there are a lot of practices within those religions that seem to antagonize the followers. That their religion is driven by fear and the sacrifices you must make to appease your deities, including blood sacrifice, sometimes the sacrifice of children, such as what Chandras, the high priest, I think, of the Temple of Lutheria from here, was even demanding as a way to bring Lutheria into the fold with the conflict recently.
I understand your
Is
concerns. There's no way Chandras ever should have gotten to such a position. His beliefs were completely heretical. Like I told you yesterday, if there's anybody in this temple that has such violent beliefs, I will ensure that they are removed from power.
all right.
I have no idea what's going on nowadays, but when I was there before, there was no blood sacrifices.
Well, that's something, I suppose. It's good to know that that's not something we should be expecting.
I'm just hoping that the people that I knew before are still here.
You didn't know Chandras before, did you?
No, I've never met him.
Okay.
Glad I didn't.
Was there anything you disagreed with back when you lived here?
No, not that I can recall.
Okay.
The way of life of a member of Lutheria was bliss, indulgence, making the most of life, living every day to its fullest. I will continue to hold that with me until I die.
Respectable.
All right. I'm sorry. I know we seem to ask you so many questions. I don't mean to grill you. It's just,
Well,
it's very different from everything I've heard before.
I mean, I'll be honest, my beliefs on and my views on Lutheria have changed throughout this journey. But where I am right now with my beliefs, I think is a good position to be at.
All right. A healthy bunch of skepticism never hurt anyone. Shall we?
All right.
All right. So, as you make your way out of the Rosign's Roost and into the Stygian Row towards the Temple of Theria, as you go deeper in, you can tell that this low-lying district is it's very different compared to the rest of the city. Really, this time around, you're going to be taking this way, more. Oh, okay, my ping doesn't work. The more southern way in to make your way to the temple.
Myself, way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You see that it's very clogged. Streets are literally filthy, stinking up area everywhere, and it's just very poorly maintained. You can see the ruffians and vagrants shouting threatening words, but they as people go by, and though they kind of give you a little bit more respect as you guys are wearing temple's clothing. But the signs of drunkenness and violence and just open debauchery here it's everywhere.
Is there any way to glean, like, basically Valis said that they're exerting their influence here. Is there any sort of sign about what that influence might be? Like, I'll check with Camilla as well, like, what's the Stygian role look like before, and maybe try to compare it to what it looks like now.
So what you can see now is that people are openly drunk, and people are sleeping on the side of the streets, but at the same time they seem to be half awake. And one thing you will notice here is that you can see tieflings are the most abundant ethnic group, I guess is the right word.
Don't get us racially profiling people, AJ.
But tiefling seems to be the main population of the Stygian row. And you notice that people, more of the ruffians and the vagrants call out to these tieflings. They refer to them as Stygians. At the same time, when you do see people that are sober, it seems to be people of the cult, or people that seem to worship Lutheria as well. And these people are just, it seems like they're really indulging in what Lutheria really preaches, and that just seems to be really rampant around here. At the same time, one thing you do notice is that half-orcs even live here as well. And it seems to you that, or at least what you guys can see, is that these guys, tieflings and the half-orcs, are really not being treated very well. And you can kind of see why this area is the low income, the low, high crime, lows of lows around these parts.
So is it the people in general who are so is it just half-orcs being treated poorly, or Stygians as well?
Both.
And is it the people who are treating them poorly, or does it seem to have something to do with the followers of Lutheria?
It seems to be more of the followers of Lutheria, but it just seems like people are treating each other, like everyone here just seems to be treating each other pretty badly.
And is this any different than what Camilla was used to?
Somewhat. You would know that it just wasn't this bad. I mean, in the case of, like, hold on, I think this. Let me double check if this is the right word. In the case of hedonism, people weren't so open about it, but they were more. They kept it to themselves. They try to not to bother others, but the thing that really sticks out is just how people act and how just everything is just so much worse than it used to be. It's just really degraded.
If you guys were wondering, no, this wasn't how it used to be. This is so much worse. I don't know how I feel about this. It's hard to see.
Do you think this is what Queen Valis meant about the followers of Lutheria exerting their influence? That this is what it's led to?
I don't know. I don't really want to think about it right now. Let's just get to the temple.
Right. As you make your way finally to the temple, this area, you kind of see that this smaller temple, well, in your eyes, Camilla, you remember it to be a lot bigger. That this place, and you thought it was a lot more grander than too. that this place kind of stands out from its surroundings. You can see that the the wealth gap between the temple and everything else around it is just so significant. The wealth at the temple is just literally lavished everywhere. As you make your way in, you can see that the interior of this place is just dominated by dozens of statues of a grinning, dark-eyed woman with a scythe. You can see that casks and painted jugs of wine are also stacked along these walls. But the one thing that really sticks out the most to you guys is that this temple is just filled with this very sweet and addictive fragrance.
Is it something we've smelled before?
No. To you, Camilla, this is familiar, and it's almost like you missed this smell.
Interesting. Do I happen to know what it is?
No.
Okay.
That being said, you can see that as you make your way into the temple that there seems to be six people in black robes, and they seem to be tending to the temple.
Oh, I guess can we have like before we enter the temple, just like get any pointers from Camilla about besides like indulging, are there any like signs of respect or anything that we should know about?
Honestly, it's all pretty low key. Just don't do anything you think would be stupid. Don't just like insult Utheria or anything.
Don't sacrifice
Oh.
children.
Yeah, you're funny, Gags.
I'm sorry. It sounded better in my head.
But yeah, it's the same as any other temple.
All right. So yeah, I guess when we see people tending to the temple, Sitar tries to do the most nonchalant, like upward nod, and like a sup.
One of the people in the black robes approaches you, Camilla, and notice the rest of the party. He says, "Ah, welcome. Are you here to see the High Priest?"
Do I know who this guy is?
You would know that the High Priest and his wife, Trellis is the High Priest, and his wife is Septia. I've been around. You were there. You didn't know them that well, but you're aware of them and why and what they
Is this another case of incest?
God damn it. Yes.
No.
Yeah. You know what they were up to. Yeah.
We home Alabama.
It's not my fault, guys.
The
Not part
farther
of this.
south you go. But yeah, you know that
Holy.
oh my lord. But yeah, you know what those two were up to. But you didn't pay too mind to it because you were just here to have a good time.
I was actually here to speak to Seft before I spoke to the High Priest.
Septia, I can call her. Let me retrieve. And she, the person in the black robes makes her way to the back. That being said, to you, Camilla, you would know that this place, the temple, is filled with wine. And you know that the temple is basically responsible for like, I would say 80% of the wine, the city's wine production or like supply. So you know that they definitely they got a thing going here.
So I guess while they're gone, have a quick Camilla quickly brief. I believe Septia may be a bit more receptive to our cause. That's why I called her over first.
Are we going to be upfront with her about who we are and what we seek to find out?
I guess somewhat. You know, mask it behind pretty words, but I would like to get to the bottom of this.
Alright, why don't you do the talking and Gex and I will simply pretend to be your, I don't know, acolytes, maybe?
Arts? Both?
Sure. Feel free to help me out if I miss any details.
Sure.
Right. Well, as Septia is brought out, she greets you and says, "Ah, Camilla, it has been a long time since I last seen your face. Have you been following the teachings of Lutheria to the T?"
Not only have I been following them, but I've been spreading the word.
Ah, good to
These two
hear.
are some of my friends that I've met along the way
Hmm.
who have recently converted.
Glad to see it. I am glad to see it. I would imagine my husband Trellis would be more than happy to, see your growth and see that your faith is unwavering in Lutheria.
Why, thank you.
Well, I assume now that you're here and I've heard of who you've become, there's surely something that is deeper than this friendly visit, no?
That is correct. I'm here because of two matters. The first is that my friends and I are hoping to join the games.
See.
We were wondering if you'd be willing to perhaps sponsor us.
Well, that sounds like a very intriguing option, but I'm afraid we're on more be a conflict of interest, wouldn't you say?
Perhaps. But
That
my
being
win is a
said-
win for Lutheria.
Well,
I Gegs, like, this is part of the plan. What's going on?
well,
She'll wink to Satara.
Oh, yeah.
Septia
Gex
is gonna
is
see
kinda
this
like-
for sure, but I mean, she's
Gex-
not gonna pay mind.
Doesn't know either. Raises his shoulders a little bit.
Well, nonetheless, I can tell you how you can enter the games. That is not too much work.
Yes, actually, we were wondering how to enter the games.
Well, to join the competition of the Great Games, you must go to the basin of to Mount Vulcan, where the games are held, and complete a trial there. It's not exactly too hard to complete, but if you do that, you will be able to, and you complete the trial, you will be able to enter the games.
Do you have any information on this trial?
Not exactly, but it is not. I would imagine a person of your stature and have who you've grown to become it would be nothing for you.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. That was my main question, but I do have one other minor question I wish to ask you.
Sure.
So, the city seems quite a bit different than last time I was here.
Yes. I can agree on that.
The treatment that some of these half-orcs and tieflings are receiving, it's a little too far, don't you agree?
Well, I only follow Lutheria's teachings. I'm in no position to control how those treat others. You could say it's maybe those people's nature to just treat those people.
Well, perhaps, but I certainly think it gives the Temple of Lutheria a pretty bad image.
Well, society has always looked at it as the wrong way.
Well, perhaps you could speak to your husband. Maybe tell him that, you know, there needs to be a couple changes around here.
Well, you know how my husband is. Busy. I don't have much. Yeah, I'm
Well, that's
afraid
why I
he
came
doesn't
to
have much
you.
time. Well, I'll see what I can do, but I have no promises for you. That being
Well,
said,
nonetheless, it has been helpful, this advice of yours.
Hmm. That being said, when was the last time you've had the Lutherian wine?
Well, ever since I left, I haven't tried it.
Well, I imagine there's plenty of it to go around. And, of course, if you ever want to join us back here in supplying the wine business, you always have a spot in our cellars. Spot just for you.
Sure. If you don't mind, I'd like to take some to go.
Of course. And she just snaps her fingers and, one of the acolytes come and get it and give you some. That being said, speaking of the business, would you mind? I know you're terribly busy, but if you ever had the time to help an old friend out, an old acquaintance, really, would be willing to hear me out.
An old acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have in mind?
Well, you see, that those acquaintances are those that help us supply the wine here in my trust. The vineyards, which are not too far away, recently have been, let's say, having some troubles. And some of our casks, along with many of our caravans, have been lacking some expected shipments. And we believe that there might be some ruffians and bandits playing a game they don't want to play with us.
Oh no. Well, I'm sure I can spare a little bit of time and help you resolve this issue.
Well, that'd be grateful. We would, of course, you would be paid appropriately. And all I ask is if you can bring these obvious exploiters of indulgence and the rest of the city's indulgence to us, we will be paid even more.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Yes. We have more use for working hands alive than dead.
Ain't that the truth?
Well,
Well, I must be on my way.
yes, it was nice to see you. And if you do make your way to the vineyards, be sure you mention my name. They will know who you are.
Of course. Have a good day.
Of course. Bye-bye. As you guys do that and leave, I'm gonna roll some.
I guess Camille will immediately bring up the whole games comment. Listen, I'm sorry for sort of speaking on that matter. I just sort of needed to judge where she was. If she,
Of course. We're not seriously going to take on this wine quest, are we?
I think maybe we should get some more information on the matter. It could be a way to stop whatever's going on.
As you guys make your way out, Satara,
Mhm.
you're gonna hear some whispers from the acolytes between the acolytes and Septia here about about what seems to be something going on in the basement, the cellar. It seems like there was a leak, and while this doesn't really, particularly seem too important, you can see that the face of Septia, just in the corner of your eye, does not match her. Her expression doesn't match her words, so to speak.
Got it. Do I know what's leaking?
No,
Okay.
but there's a leak.
Okay. What were the interiors of the temple like, by the way?
It's just filled with, the statues of what seems to be Lutheria and holding her scythe.
Okay,
And
is it like light positive vibes, or is it like weird necromancy cult vibes?
you'd probably interpret
It
it as
says
a
cult.
necromancy cult.
Okay, yeah. It's like dark stone everywhere, just like weird effigies.
Yeah, I mean, it has the vibes appropriate for this place when you're drunk.
Okay. Yeah, I think once we're safely out of the temple, um, I'll relay the information about there being some kind of leak in the basement, but also say, I don't know, I'm not so sure about taking on a quest. I mean, you might be convinced, Camilla, but I can't say that I am about this temple's intention.
Oh no, I agree. I'm saying this quest might actually help us figure out what's wrong with the city. Maybe there's some bad
By
influences within the cult.
within the cult, or perhaps with their suppliers. I mean, I don't know what this kind of wine is, or what's special about Lutheria's wine, but it definitely seems to be making crime rampant in the city. At least in this part, this Stygian row.
Can I try to recall what I know about the Therian wine? Is it like anything special? Or is it
No,
just wine?
but it's definitely the most common wine in the city of Mitros.
What's the vibe with? Is it like a general like when you say they supply like 40% of the city's wine? Is it mostly to the Stygian row, or does it or are rich people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink some Lutherian wine today?
It's for what it is. It's the most common wine out of everyone that drinks it, because just of its taste. So it's you can think of it as like a monopoly going, blah blah blah, oleo capali, something of wine. Aglapiopi. I don't know. Speaking English hard. Um, and they just seem to have like a good grasp on what type of wine is distributed here, considering it is local as well.
Okay. And there's nothing funky about it, is there?
Not that you know.
Like, is it magical? Does Camilla know?
No.
Okay. Right.
Given my involvement with, the Heroes of Prophecy, I sort of assumed she'd be more hostile. Glad that wasn't the case.
Maybe she thinks you're just playing us.
Yeah, perhaps.
And perhaps that your um faith still lies in Lutheria and everything that Lutheria preaches for. Do you ever actually commune with the Titan herself?
Not too long ago, I did.
Did she seem to give you any kind of indication about what her current directive is? I mean,
It was after Storok died. I asked for some advice on how to get over his death. So, what she told me was in regards to that, not about what we're currently doing.
well, perhaps it's worth gaining some insight into her intentions about
deals of peace and or how she feels about how the city seems to be receiving her temple and followers.
I don't wish to separate, but I could I can't speak. I could spend some time here and try to figure out what her intentions are.
I don't think Gegs. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea.
For the wine.
For
The
staying behind and trying to figure out what Lutheria's plans are by praying to her.
So hold on, I gotta clarify something. When you relayed about the basement, Satoria, did you say that like, there was something about her face not matching her expression, right?
yeah, basically, whatever it seems that they wanted to play it off as it's no big deal, but um, Setia, is that her name? She seemed to take it a bit more seriously. So maybe it is something worth asking about or checking out, but I don't know. I don't know what kind of leak it is.
I mean,
I'm not sure what sort of leak it could be either. I wouldn't imagine it'd be anything nefarious.
if we're staying behind, I don't know. I found that to be rather curious. Very interesting. It could just be me being a bit dramatic, though, to be honest with you.
Well, I think the other thing that we need to keep in mind is that we probably need to figure out if we can trial and qualify for the games. I don't. My Dallas is already God knows where doing God knows what, but don't. I think once we regroup tonight, we should all try to follow the same plan for tomorrow. And I think it should be to try out for the games if that is still our priority.
I think
stick with
so.
you with that. Yeah.
At least now we have a location.
Yeah.
Is Ginger summoned right now? Can I summon Ginger even with the Pathfinder?
I'll say he exists, yeah.
Is he nearby?
Yeah? Or he's in telepathic range, yeah.
How far is that again?
It should be like 120 feet.
Okay. And can he go invisible? I forgot.
Yes, technically.
Hey, before we leave, can I? Let me know if it's a bad idea, but I can have Ginger go invisible and investigate, or at least stall. Like not stall, but
Go
yeah,
into
kind of.
the temple and find out about the leak. Or
Yeah.
Then perhaps this. Let me stay behind and pray. Ginger can go in and investigate. And I guess you two also can assist in the investigation.
I think it has to be anything too extensive just to see if it's like a big deal or not.
Yeah. I really do want to try to get in contact with Lutheria.
I'm not
Just,
comfortable with this, but sure, maybe we can. I don't know. So I'm sorry, your temple's just kind of creepy. I feel like Lutheria's eyes are on us the entire time. There's so many statues of her.
Well, it is a temple.
Sure. All right.
No different than any other.
Yup.
Yeah. All right.
I'm definitely not blinded by my upbringing.
He's not biased, guys.
so Gigs will have Ginger be invisible behind him for a bit, like following Gigs.
Sure.
Like
I
I guess right
suppose
above him.
we re-enter the temple now, then?
Well,
Yes,
seriously,
let me.
whatever that leak is, it's happening now.
I'll quickly speak with. What was her name? Septia.
Okay.
I'm just gonna inform her that I'm just praying real quick.
I'm praying real quick.
Praying for success in the trials.
Of course. He says, yes, of course.
Is there like a prayer room? Like,
It's just an
I guess
altar.
as yeah, as I mean, we'll do the, I guess Gegs and Satara will do the thing where it's like respectful enough that you're like, you have your heads bowed or you're like kneeling or whatever, but I don't think Satara's praying. I think Satara's just like, what the fuck is this temple? Why is it so creepy?
Mm-hmm.
DM, is Gags for the Find Familiar thing still able to, like, if you like perceive through Ginger's eyes, or no?
No, I'll just have him act independently, but
Yeah.
he can still talk to you telepathically.
Up to 150 feet, right?
120.
120? I thought you said 150.
120.
170?
I'm gonna make it 100 if you.
My bad.
again.
You right. My bad. 120. You right.
All right. Well, as you take a kneel down to take a prayer, I want you to roll the D100 for me.
Oh, I'm rolling. Sorry.
Yes, you.
All right. I rolled. What did I roll before? 65. Be better now. Know it.
Nice.
Above 50. Any chance I can use a hero point on this?
If you want, sure.
All right. No way I do worse.
I mean, there's 50% chance. There
I
you
hate
go.
life. That's worse. Whatever. I'm not mad.
Yeah, as you take a kneel down, what do you say?
Etheria, is this truly how members of your faith shall abide? In regards to like the mistreatment of the half-works and
Mm-hmm. Is that all you say?
yeah, I'm just asking a question.
Okay. Well, as you say your prayer and you wait for a response, you're met with deaf ears at this point, and you have no response coming from it there, even though you feel like you're in a place where you feel like your connection with her would be strongest.
I'm being ignored.
Dude, your patron just scene zoned you.
No. I'll donate more, I swear. Please.
That's crazy. But you feel a little disheartened, and even if it is just for a flicker, that unwavering feeling just wavered just for a moment. But you finish your prayer knowing that you did not get a response, but it leaves you with a sour taste. And I'm not even talking about wine.
Yeah.
All right. As this happens, how do you send out fuck, what's it called the name? You literally just said it. Ginger, yes.
Don't forget it. What was her name again?
Septia.
Septia. She's not going into the basement.
No, she seems to be going into her own little quarters thing for where like the higher ups go.
Could also be interesting, but that's not where he wants to go. So Ginger, is it like an open place with all the doors open, basically?
I mean, where you're going to, yes, but eventually you find yourself at a door. Yeah.
And Ginger, actually, okay, I guess Ginger would look for either the two people that would, I forgot her name already, had talked to her before, or any other panicked, or anyone who might be panicked acolytes, or,
Mm-hmm.
followers.
Right.
But he's moving around, of course, as he's doing this.
Yeah. Okay. As you move through, you finally, You find like this open area, but you find like in the back there's a staircase that goes down to the cellar. It's pretty a little discreet, but if you pay a little more attention, well, people would eventually find it. But it's kind of like built, kind of made to look a little
Different.
natural, but and a little bit harder to see than normal. This staircase that goes down.
And how far away is Ginger now from Gigs, would you say?
I'd say about 20, 30 feet.
Okay. Ginger's still invisible. We'll go down it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As he goes down, you see, you kind of make your way. Eventually, goes from 5 to 10. You go. It's literally a staircase down that goes 20 feet down to a cellar.
Okay.
Obviously, that's gradual, not immediately. But Ginger finds himself at a door that looks awfully. The door is a little off compared to what you expect from a cellar door. Instead of just like a flat, solid door, this one is a solid wood door. This one is full metal, like literally made out of bronze.
Can Ginger hear anything from the other side?
No, that's the thing that surprises Ginger. Is the moment he touches, inspects the store, he even like taps on it, no sound is emitted.
Okay.
And yeah,
Hmm.
what do you want to do?
I guess Ginger wouldn't be able to tell if there's like magical properties of it.
Mhm.
Do we say yeah or no?
No, he would not. He would not.
Is there anyone else like beside the three party members right now of the party? Like,
Sorry.
can Gegs whisper to them safely?
I guess, but you can make a stealth check. You want to see how this really goes.
I mean, like, I'm just wondering, like, what's the vicinity of people? Like, is it like packed in here?
No, but it's. I mean, even if you were to whisper, I mean, people would know that you're whispering, but I mean, they wouldn't be able, unless they're really trying to like listen in on you. They wouldn't figure out what you're trying to say.
It's like a church, right? So I guess being quiet is like the
Yeah,
right thing to do, almost,
so to speak. You know what I
so to
mean?
speak.
We did get a little wild in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. While all of this is going, like when Gegs is doing his spy thing and Camilla's doing, can I just walk around the temple and just sort of explore further than the two chambers that we've been to? Like, what else goes on? I'm not looking for blood sacrifice, but I am curious about what else happens in this temple.
You could find like there's a literal party room where they indulge. It's very soundproofed with magic. And another there's just a resting room for
Is
the
there an
ones that
orgy
really.
going on in there?
Not at the moment, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
But yeah, back to what Ginger was doing. As he kind of is around there, he tells you that, there's this bronze door here. It doesn't make any sound. And that he just says, okay, he's going to come back up. But as that happens, and when you expect Ginger to arrive, Ginger is nowhere to be seen.
Ginger. He'll say in his head.
You don't
Can
seems
Does
like
he
you.
feel the connection cut?
It's more like you just seems like you're talking to yourself right now.
Ginger. This isn't. This is a prank. This isn't funny.
And again, you're met with silence. Again, it's like when you try to communicate with Ginger here, that telepathy that usually goes on, it usually feels like a two-way channel. Right
Yeah.
now, it really just feels like you're in your own head and nothing else.
Gex will stand up from sitting down, like on a bench or something. Look on some statues and try to go down the same corridor where Ginger was, but like kind of admiring, art pieces and stuff on if there is any art pieces or any.
Yeah. You look at all those things as you like slowly make your way down, but when you try to like get into the back area, one of the acolytes tell you that area is off limits.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just taking a look around here.
Yes, it is a beautiful sight. The wine on the walls, the artistry. Yes.
It really is. Is there an art piece behind him at all?
No, there's not.
There's nothing behind him.
Yeah, there's not. Well, if I could please guide you back to the main area.
Yeah.
Do any of us notice that that Geg seems to be?
I guess
Yeah.
Camilla would still be praying, so
Yeah, but
keep an
I
eye on
mean,
her.
at this point, when Geg's makes his way or is guided back, I would say, Camilla, your prayer is done. But you do notice that Geg's is definitely a little bit on edge.
He can summon Ginger back though, right?
As I would say, not immediately, but yes, given time.
Like 10 minutes, 24 hours.
Let me look at the 5e spell and let me decide how I will work it out. Okay.
Because he would have been like Ginger would have been summoned already for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It would take an hour for you to like commune him, to like summon him back, I'd say.
That's probably better than fuck around here, I'd say. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is everything okay?
No. Everything's Ginger. Kind of like everything's okay, but
Hmm.
That's you done your prayer, Camilla?
Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah.
As you leave this just wonderful place, you're greeted again with the outside world and its disparity, lack of
Indulging.
yes.
Yep.
Gex will wait some time to get away from the temple, and he'll just say, there was something really weird.
What happened? What'd you find out?
So, I tried going down it, but an acolyte blocked me, but Ginger found down a bit of a corridor, he found a way down. And there was this bronze door. Was it metal or bronze, he said?
Bronze.
I think he
That's
said
metal.
bronze. And it was like,
Bronze door.
that's, I don't know. It just, and you couldn't hear anything beyond it. Like it was just dead silent. And then, I told him to come back. He said he was on the way back, and I felt the connection cut.
You don't think something happened to him, do you?
Or something did. That's why I have to. He's not here. I don't know where he is.
I mean,
So we're going to go back and I'm going to resummon him.
I don't know how you usually summon him, but is it some kind of spell that maybe that ended and Ginger is just fine?
I assume if like something like harmful happens to Ginger, right, he goes back to the other realm. I'm summoning them from somewhere else, right?
Something like that. So how I'm going to interpret it is, he has an oath to literally serve you, and he has, if he dies or whatever, he has to come to you immediately, right? Or if you summon him, like you literally say, blah blah blah, come here, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But it might be if he doesn't show up, something is wrong.
But I can resummon him, right? Or no?
You can resummon him, but he has to. It's not through. Not through. Since you can't cast magic itself, he literally has. It's more like he needs to make his way to you when you call for him, basically.
Okay, so I'm just doing like a glorified dog whistle then.
Basically.
Eggs, can he like unsummon himself?
I would say no. He's bound to
No.
the world.
Yeah, no, it's not like a magical connection that you guys might have with a familiar. It's more of a physical thing, or through an oath, it gets power. Ginger gets some of its power, or Ginger serves me, I should say.
Did he? Was there any sign of alarm before the connection cut?
No, it was just just gone.
Maybe it's something to do with the place. Like, I don't know. The temple just has. Yeah.
But there was more than enough time for Ginger to get back. But besides that, I don't know.
Alright, do you want to go back to look for him?
I mean, now if we do that, it'll be kind of suspicious. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We lost our chance. We can come back later. I'm sorry, Gigs.
No, we're booking him back.
We can go back tonight if you'd like. They're most likely going to be engaged in some sort of indulgence.
I'd appreciate it. Let me try to call them back at the inn, though.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna walk back alone.
That's fine.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. As you guys make your way back, I'm gonna say right before we wrap up. So better write down your thoughts into your notes here. Vitalis, as you make your way to the estate of Nerdagon, you were met.
Where am I going?
To
What was the villa called?
The estate. This guy's. I think it's Nerdragon. I think that's a typo. Oops.
Also, what were these guys' names? And so I can say instead of like the Great Agora.
I can tell you after.
Okay.
As you make your way to the estate with the really rich merchant, you were notified as you arrived there, after spending another like half an hour basically, that the master or the merchant is just not home and he'll be home tomorrow, and he tells you to come back. And he says, and the person that is at home or at the estate tells you that Lord, yes, Lord Nerdragon is a big fan of the Heroes of Prophecy, and he would love to meet you all. But upon that information, you make your way back home, or to the Simon's Roost. And I guess we'll leave it at that.
Damn. Cliffhanger. What happened to Gegs? His dragon.
That'll be fine.
Just damn. Well, that was session 27, Odyssey of the Dragonlords. First time on Pathfinder, guys. Good job. Good job.
Yep.
I was actually
so many things that were mechanical and had to be done through Pathfinder.
It's okay. I You know, I was actually hoping for a combat, but I think you'll get it next session.
Oh, you say.
I think it'll be the trial or whatever we have to go through.
Most likely.
Rather than not that door.
We'll see. Well, there might be a surprise even before that.
Assassins.
We can get mugged in the Stygian row.
But yeah, that's that. Hopefully, actually, and while we're at it, you guys will level up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Level 2.
So you guys are level 2. So if you guys want to upgrade your guys now in Foundry, you are more than welcome.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Foundry.